Screw the odds. 540 Marines were left for dead until a female pilot broke protocol and saved them. The desert night pressed down like a suffocating blanket, and the radio static felt heavier than the silence itself. Deep inside hostile territory, 540 Marines huddled in the ruins of a half-collapsed compound, surrounded on all sides, low on ammo, and abandoned by the very rescue convoy that was supposed to extract them. Fear crept in like smoke. Some whispered prayers, others whispered goodbyes, and miles away inside the cockpit of a battered transport helicopter, Captain Elena Marlowe stared at the blinking warning lights and made a choice that could end her career or end her life. She pushed the throttle anyway. No one had authorized a rescue. No one believed those Marines were still alive. But she refused to let them die. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. Elena had always been steady under pressure, but tonight her hands trembled against the controls. She'd seen the situation report. She'd heard the command center say, "No bird goes in, it's suicide." And still, her heart wouldn't stay quiet. She thought of her brother, lost years ago in another war, and how she never got the chance to save him. She thought she'd never feel that helpless again. She was wrong. Below her, the desert stretched endlessly, rippling with heat even at night, hiding danger behind every dune. She imagined the Marines, tired, wounded, waiting for an extraction that would never come. Their faces blurred in her mind, but the feeling didn't. They needed her, whether she was allowed to help or not. The compound itself had gone eerily still. The Marines formed a tight defensive ring, weapons pointed outward, listening to the distant rumble of engines that never arrived. Lieutenant Hayes, their acting commander, kept checking his watch, even though time had stopped making sense hours ago. His voice cracked as he told his men they'd hold the line, but everyone could hear what he didn't say. No one is coming. Dust trembled along the ground. The enemy was repositioning. The circle tightened. The air grew colder. One Marine whispered, "We're ghosts already." Hayes didn't correct him this time. But then, far off, someone heard a vibration in the air. A low, steady thrum, like a heartbeat fighting its way back to life. The Marines froze. They looked up. A single aircraft cut through the darkness, flying lower than regulations allowed, its lights dimmed, its silhouette trembling against the moonlit sky. A murmur rippled through the survivors, quiet at first, then swelling as realization spread. A helicopter, a rescue, a chance. Elena saw the compound, saw the figures waving weak red chem lights, and felt something inside her ignite. She descended fast, skimming so close to the ground that sand blasted her windshield. Protocol screamed at her, exhausted engines protested. But her resolve outweighed every warning. The moment she touched down, the Marines moved like a tide, coordinated, desperate, efficient. Hayes shouted orders. The wounded were loaded first, carried like fragile treasure. Sandstorm winds whipped through the courtyard as the enemy opened fire, bullets sparking against the hull. Elena's heartbeat hammered in her ears. She counted every second, every soul. A moral weight slammed against her. If she stayed any longer, none of them would make it out. But leaving now meant some men might be left behind. Her breath shook. Her hand hovered over the controls. The screams, the gunfire, the pleas, they crashed together like waves. But then she saw something unexpected. 2 Marines carrying a stranger, an enemy fighter, injured but alive. They refused to leave him. Their humanity steadied her. She made her choice. "Everyone on board! Now!" The final surge felt endless. Feet pounding, voices yelling, rounds hitting metal like hail. Then Hayes leaped inside, slammed the latch shut, and nodded once. Elena pulled the helicopter up with everything she had left. The desert dropped away beneath them. The compound burned behind them, and for the first time all night, hope climbed with them into the sky. When they finally crossed into safe territory, silence filled the cabin, not the silence of fear, but the silence of people who know they have witnessed something extraordinary. Some cried, some prayed. Hayes simply stared at Elena with an expression that said what words never could. Because sometimes breaking the rules is the only way to keep your soul intact. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. And somewhere in that rising sun behind them, the same light that opened the story glowed softer now, reminding them that courage often begins in the moments no one else sees. If this story moved you, share your thoughts below, subscribe for more incredible true-inspired tales, and stay with us. Your presence here means more than you know. Don't. 4.